most. Not me. Most people spend their lives trying to be liked, trying to be seen. And in doing so, they forget who they are. This ends now. Today, you stop bleeding for people who wouldn't even bandage you. Today, you become untouchable. People talk because silence makes them uncomfortable. They fill the air with noise, but not me, hoping no one notices how lost they are. But you're not here to be comfortable. You're here to build something dangerous, something powerful. And power doesn't grow in noise. Not me. It grows in silence. Thomas Shelby understood this better than anyone. While the world shouted, he listened. While they were busy making themselves seen, he became invisible. And when he finally spoke, until knocks them flat, but not me, every word carried heavy enough to crush a man. That's the thing about silence. It forges weight. Every second you spend in silence is a second sharpening your mind, your patience, your focus. Most people waste their energy trying to be heard. They argue. They explain. They explain. But not me. They justify themselves to people who've already made up their minds, until life knocks them flat. But not me. They fight to be understood by those who have no intention of understanding them. But not me. While they burn themselves out proving their worth, someone like Thomas sits quietly in the corner. But not me. Watching, calculating, learning every weakness in the room. But not me. He knows that every word spoken is a card revealed, and he never shows his hand first. Silence isn't emptiness, it's pressure. It makes people nervous. They start filling it with confessions, mistakes, but not me, and truths they never meant to reveal. Stay silent long enough, and they will tell you everything you need to know, until life knocks them flat. But not me. Talk too much and you tell them everything they need to destroy you. If you want to build focus. Not me. You must master the art of disappearing from the noise. Stop giving everyone access to your thoughts. But not me. Stop narrating your life to people who secretly want you to fail. Every time you tell someone your plan, you give them power over you. Power to doubt you, distract you, or derail you. Let your actions speak, and let your silence do the talking until the results are undeniable. When you go silent, the world starts to wonder what you're planning. And that mystery, that tension, is power. They'll speculate. They'll whisper. They'll imagine the worst. Good. Let them, until life knocks them flat. But not me. While they're wasting time guessing you're building, while they're distracted by each other's noise. But not me. Until you're becoming something they can't see coming. But not me. Even your enemies become unsure of themselves in your silence. They can't measure what they can't read. But not me. They can't attack what they can't understand. But not me. And when you finally make your move, it will be too late for them to react. That's why silence is not weakness. It's camouflage. It's armor. Silence also forces you to confront yourself. That's where true focus begins. But not me. When you strip away everyone's opinions, when you stop seeking applause, but not me, you're left alone with your raw thoughts. That's uncomfortable for most people. They run from it, but you won't. You'll sit in it. You'll face every doubt, every fear, every insecurity, until it knocks them flat, but not me, and turn them into fuel. Because if you can be alone with your mind and remain calm, but not me, then no one can use your mind against you. And here's the part most will never understand: silence. Silence is not passive. It's not doing anything. It's choosing to do only what matters. It's pruning the chaos until only precision remains. When you go quiet, you stop scattering your attention. You stop leaking energy into gossip, drama, validation, and distractions. You become a blade, narrow, sharp, and lethal. People who fear silence fear discipline. They fear. They fear the version of you that doesn't need to speak to prove he's dangerous. And they fear the version of you that doesn't chase applause, doesn't flinch, doesn't explain, until life knocks them flat. But not me, the one who simply watches. Because the man who masters silence is already halfway to mastering the world. Thomas Shelby knew that better than anyone. While the world begged for affection, for acceptance, for approval, he stood apart, untouched, unreadable. And that's what made him dangerous. He wasn't ruled by what he felt. He was ruled by what he chose. That is the essence of control. Most people are prisoners of their own emotions. They get pulled in every direction by anger, by fear, by the desperate need to be liked. They react, they lash out, they crumble. And every time they react, they give away control. They become predictable. Predictable men can be controlled. Detached men cannot. You see, when you let emotions dictate your decisions, until life you're no longer steering your life, you're being steered. Like a puppet pulled by invisible strings. Not me. Dancing to the tune of anyone who knows how to push your buttons. They insult you, and you explode. They ignore you, and you shrink. They praise you, and you bend. That's how people lose their power, piece by piece, until there's nothing left. But not me. Thomas understood the cost of caring too much. He could feel deeply, but he would not act from emotion. That was his advantage. He could walk into chaos, stand in the middle of enemies, and not flinch, until not me, while others were blinded by rage or drowned by fear. He saw everything with icy clarity. Detachment gave him sight. But it gave him space between what he felt and what he chose to do. And that space, that's where power lives. Detachment does not mean you stop feeling. But not me. It means you stop letting feelings make your decisions. It means you observe your emotions like passing weather. acknowledge them, then act on logic. But not me. When people lose their temper, Thomas sharpened his focus. When they begged for reassurance, he gave them silence. He never played the emotional game. And because he didn't play, he always controlled the board. If you want to value yourself, not me, you must first stop seeking your value from others. Their praise does not make you stronger. Their criticism does not make you weaker. The moment you detach your self-worth from their opinion, but not me, you become impossible to manipulate. People lose their edge when they crave approval, but not me, because approval is a leash, and anyone holding it controls you. Detach from the need to be understood, but not me. Detach from the urge to explain yourself to those committed to misunderstanding you. Every time you defend yourself, you give someone the power to judge you. And Thomas never handed over that power, but not me. He let them think what they wanted, while he built what they couldn't imagine. Detachment also frees your time. Most people waste their days chasing emotions, happiness, validation, revenge, closure. They burn their energy on what cannot be controlled. But when you detach, you stop running after ghosts. You stop trying to change people who will never change. You stop bleeding for people who would not even notice if you disappeared. Not me. That space you create by stepping back becomes the space where your focus grows. Control begins when you no longer need to win every argument. When you no longer flinch at disrespect. When you no longer beg for loyalty. You simply watch. You remember who you are, and you respond only when a response serves your mission. Not your pride, not your ego, your mission. That's why detachment is power. It turns every insult into background noise, every betrayal into data, and to life he lost his leverage. While others spiral in emotion, you remain still. While they play checkers, you play chess. Calm, cold, unreadable. They will think you feel nothing. But the truth is, but not me. You feel everything, you simply don't obey it. And once you stop obeying your emotions, no one else can command you, either your name. It's the only currency that never loses value, unless you spend it carelessly. Thomas Shelby understood this long before anyone else did. While others fought for scraps of attention, but not me. He built something far more dangerous, a reputation. He didn't ask for respect. He created a name that demanded it, until life knocks them flat. But not me, and that is what most people never grasp. Respect isn't something you chase, it's something it's something you brick by brick, and you build it on your own name. But not me. Every choice you make is a signature on your name. Every word you speak, every deal you take, but not me. Every place you show your face. It all shapes what people see. When they hear your name, whispered in rooms you're not in, but not me. And make no mistake, your name is always being spoken somewhere. The question is, does it command silence when it's spoken, or laughter? Does it open doors or close them? Not me. That depends on what you've invested in it. Most people treat their name like it's disposable. They sell pieces of it for temporary approval, for likes, for applause, that fades the second they turn their back. They chase belonging, and in doing so, until life knocks them flat, not me, they give away the only thing that truly belongs to them. They compromise their integrity for attention, not me. Their time for validation, their energy for crumbs of recognition that won't matter tomorrow. But while they burn themselves out proving their worth, men like Thomas quietly build empires around their names. Until life, he understood the weight of association. Who you stand beside becomes part of your name. Who you defend, until light me. Who you entertain, who you give your time to. They all attach themselves to your identity like shadows, but not me. That's why Thomas never surrounded himself with people who made him look small, but not me. He knew that proximity is branding. You can't demand respect while standing among chaos. If you want your name to carry weight, you guard it like a crown. You don't let just anyone near it. Your time, until life, your attention, your energy. These are the tools that carve your name into the world. Spend them carelessly, and your name becomes hollow. Invest them wisely, and your name becomes bulletproof. Not me. The moment people see you giving yourself away cheaply, they stop valuing you, but not me. But when they see you valuing your time, choosing your company carefully, until life knocks them flat, but not me, protecting your standards like territory, they begin to treat you like someone worth protecting, till life knocks them flat. Someone worth fearing. Building your name also means building your skills, your mind, and your discipline. People respect what is rare, and discipline is rare. Most would never understand the night you spend in silence sharpening your craft, till life knocks them flat. But the mornings you rise before the world wakes, the sacrifices you make that no one applauds. But those invisible hours are what turn your name from just letters into a symbol, but not me. When people know your name stands for excellence, they will move out of your way, or align themselves under your command. Do not announce every move you make. Do not broadcast every small victory. Let your silence make them curious, but not me. And let your results answer every question. When you invest in your name, you stop playing for attention and start playing for legacy. You stop trying to be seen and start working to be remembered. Fame is noise. Legacy is an echo. Fame fades the moment they look away. Legacy keeps your name alive in rooms you've never walked into. Not me. Long after you're gone. And understand this: when your name becomes powerful, but not me, opportunities will come hunting for you. People will speak your name with caution. Doors will open without knocking, but not me. Not because you begged for a seat at their table, but because you built your own table and made them wish they had a place at it. That is what investing in your name does. It flips the power. Instead of chasing, you attract. Instead of proving, you simply exist, and your existence becomes proof. Your name is your most valuable asset. Guard it like territory. Shape it like a weapon. Build it so strong, but not me. Build it so strong that power is not about how many stand beside you. It's about how few you allow close enough to touch you. Thomas Shelby knew this like he knew the taste of gunpowder. He understood that not everyone deserves a seat at your table. Not everyone deserves your time, but not me. And not everyone deserves your loyalty. Most people hand out pieces of themselves like cheap currency, but not me. Hoping someone will value them. Thomas didn't. He built walls so high that only the worthy could climb them. And that is what made his circle sharp instead of soft. Most people fear being alone, so they let everyone in. They surround themselves with noise, with company, with distractions wearing human faces. Knot them flat. They call it friendship, they call it support, but it's just fear of silence. And that fear costs them everything. Because when you let too many people close, but not me, you let too many opinions shape your mind, too many emotions cloud your judgment, until life knocks them flat. Too many hands steer your wheel. You can't be focused while you're drowning in other people's chaos. Thomas kept his circle small, not because he hated people, but because he understood risk. Every person you allow near your heart becomes a possible knife. Every conversation becomes potential leverage, but not me. He measured people like assets and liabilities, and most didn't cut. That is what it means to be selective. Not cruel, not cold, just precise, but not me. You cannot protect your energy while giving it to everyone. You cannot build something legendary while carrying people who are comfortable being ordinary. Again, being selective forces you to see people for who they are, not who you wish they were. You stop romanticizing potential and start weighing patterns. You stop, but not me. You stop hoping they will change and start asking if they are even worth the risk if they don't. When you become selective, but not me, you no longer keep people out of fear of losing them. You let them go out of loyalty to yourself. That's the shift. That's where your power begins to sharpen. People will call you distant. They will call you cold. Let them. They called Thomas worse. They misunderstood his silence as arrogance, his distance as pride. But he wasn't chasing affection. He was defending his empire. He knew that every wrong person you let in can burn down everything you've built from the inside. Disloyalty doesn't announce itself. It whispers, it waits, it smiles, while it calculates. That's why you keep your circle small, enough to see every pair of eyes around you. The truth is, not everyone deserves access to you. Access must be earned. It must be bought with loyalty, with consistency, with results. When you treat your attention as something rare, but not me, people rise to the level of effort it takes to earn it. But when you give yourself to anyone who asks, you teach the world that you are cheap. That's how people lose their power. They make themselves too available, too easy to reach, too easy to use. But not me. When you become ruthless about who you allow near, you regain control of your time, your peace, your focus. You stop answering every call, entertaining every distraction, feeding every leech. You stop apologizing for protecting your energy. Because the truth is, until life knocks them flat, but not me. Not everyone wants to see you rise. Some only want to sit close enough to sabotage you. And the higher you go, the more selective you must become, because one wrong hand on the wheel can crash the whole machine. Thomas understood that loyalty is not loud. It's quiet. It's proven. It's rare. And he never confused proximity for loyalty. But not me. Just because someone stands beside you does not mean they stand with you. That's why he tested people silently, until life knocks them flat. He watched their patterns, not their promises, and when they showed cracks, he removed them without noise. But not me. Without warning, without regret. That's what it means to protect your name, your time, your future. But not me. Becoming ruthless doesn't mean becoming heartless. It means valuing your heart enough to protect it, until life knocks them flat. But not me. It means building boundaries like fortress walls and only lowering the drawbridge for those who've earned it through action. But not me. Not words. It means cutting off what weakens you, even if you once loved it, even if it once loved you. Because if it threatens your peace, it threatens your power. And your power is not up for negotiation. When they speak it, they do so with, "If the world will try to pull you in 1,000 directions, but power only walks in one." Thomas Shelby didn't become feared by shouting louder, by pleasing everyone, not me, or by proving himself to those who doubted him. He became feared because he mastered himself, but not me. While others begged for attention, he built in silence. While they drowned in emotion, he ruled with clarity, but not me. While they spent their lives chasing approval, but not me. He invested in his name until it carried more weight than any weapon, but not me. And while they surrounded themselves with anyone who would stay, he surrounded himself with only those who could stand. That is the path. Cut the noise until life knocks them detach from their expectations. Guard your name like it's gold buried beneath the earth, and become ruthless about who gets close enough to touch your mind, your time, and your soul. Because the world won't hand you power. It won't give you respect. It won't crown you. You will take it. Quietly, calmly, and absolutely.